Qwen has done it again. Their QWQ model has come out of preview, and in this video we are going to locally install this QWQ model in 32 billion parameter size, and we will try it out on various benchmarks. If you don't know what this QWQ model is, you need to do two things. First, you need to go to my channel and then search with QWQ, and you will find heaps of videos from 3 to 4 months ago where we extensively covered this model, and I believe that this is one of the best turning point when it comes to generative AI post training of the models. Now, why I am saying that is because this model is the one which started thinking, which started questioning, and which started understanding the nuances of language. This QWQ model, and QWQ stands for Qwen with thinking. This model is really testing the deep waters of language understanding. Like an eternal student of wisdom, this model approaches every problem, be it mathematics, code, or knowledge of our world, with genuine wonder and doubt, and we saw that in all of these videos which I covered earlier. This model also has got some philosophical spirits. It knows that it knows nothing, and that's precisely what drives its curiosity. Before settling on any answer, it turns inward, questioning its own assumptions, exploring different paths of thoughts, always seeking deeper truth. Yet, like all seekers of wisdom, QWQ has its limitations. And I will also be talking about those limitations shortly. But regardless, this model, as per all of these benchmarks, looks quite swell in my opinion. I will be talking more about these numbers and findings, but let's start the installation and let's start downloading the model, because that is going to take a bit of a time. Also, let me give a huge shout out to Master Compute who are sponsoring this VM and GPU for this video. This is my VM Ubuntu 22.04, and this is my GPU card NVIDIA H100 with 80 GB of VRAM. It's a big model. I'm hoping that it is going to fit onto my GPU, and I'm going to create a virtual environment with Conda. If you're also looking to rent a GPU on very affordable prices, I will drop the link to Mass Compute's website in video's description. I will also give you a 50% discount coupon which you can readily use with them. So it is created, and let me now install all the prerequisites, which include torch, transformer, and that sort of stuff. Shouldn't take too long. And make sure that you install the transformers from the source. Let me launch my Jupyter notebook. Let's first download the model, and I'm simply using that transformers auto model for causal LM function. And the model is being downloaded. There are 14 shards of it, so let's wait. And while it gets downloaded, let me also give a huge shout out to our very good friends at Camel AI who are sponsoring the video. Camel is an open source community focused on building multi-agents infrastructures for finding the scaling laws of agents, with applications in data generation, task automation, and world simulation. Let's talk a bit more about this model, especially these benchmarks. So one thing I wanted to tell you is that if you look at the current reasoning models like DeepSeek R1 and few others, they are huge. They're quite good, but they are huge. This is where this QWQ, which is again a reasoning model, is trying to make a difference by reducing the size. So it's a medium sized model, I would say, because it's a 32 billion parameter. And the good thing is that it still uses all the standard transformer architecture components like rope, siglu, RMS norm, and attention, QKV bias. Plus, the pre-training was done on a huge corpus of data, and then later on they did the instruction tuning with supervised fine tuning, and then they did the alignment with reinforcement learning, and that is where this all reasoning stuff came. Now if you look at this benchmark information, Now, first thing, I'm a bit surprised to see that they haven't compared this new QWQ 32 billion with the previous version of this model, which is preview 1. So what I have done, I have also done bit of a comparison. So I will also be telling you how it performs with that preview in the same slide. So if you look here, this QWQ 32 billion, which is in the red one, has outperformed a lot of other models. For example, on this AMI benchmark, which is artificial intelligence mathematics examination, done quite well. I would say the only one which is slightly above is DeepSeek R1, which is 671 billion parameter, by the way. And then and also it has beaten QWQ preview by a huge margin, by the way, if you look at their that model card. And then the live code bench, which showcases enhanced performance in coding and programming tasks. Again, this QWQ has done reasonably well, I would say, but you will be surprised to hear that QWQ preview performed better than this one, not by a huge margin, but still good enough. And then for the live bench, this QWQ new version has done very well in coding. And then if you check out the if eval, which is instruction following evaluation, QWQ has done, I would say, quite well, because it is 83, whereas I'm quite surprised to see that DeepSeek R1 Distill Llama has performed not that good, which I'm surprised, but OpenAI's Oven Mini has performed quite well. So there are few surprises here, but not many. But overall picture tells us that, for example, if you look at this BFCL, which is a big bench fine-tuned language model, and that shows the language understanding and enhanced language generation capabilities, this model has performed quite well, beating all of the rest of the lot. So performance wise, all the popular benchmarks are telling that the model is quite good, but we will get it installed and we will check it as it finishes. The model is downloaded. Let me take you down and then we will do the inference with it. So first up, we are just asking it, hey, smile, you're on camera. I'm recording this for a YouTube video, and rest of the lot is very similar, where we are encoding the input with tokenizer. Model is generating the output. Look at max new token, and then we are decoding it back and printing out the response. So let's run it. And it is taking a bit of a time. So let me quickly take you and show you the VRAM consumption in real time. So it is consuming around 63.4 gig of VRAM. So make sure that you have that much. Okay, so let's go back and check out the response. It says, so again, remember I said that these reasoning models, they understand. First they try to understand the whole context, the whole question, then they start going inward, slicing and dicing. So this is what it is doing at the moment. It is saying, okay, the user said, hey, smile, you're on camera. They're addressing me directly, telling me to smile because they're recording a video, but wait, I'm an AI. I don't have a face or ability to smile. Very nice. They might be personifying me, which is common in interaction with chatbot. How good is that? First, I need to acknowledge their statement. Maybe they're trying to make the video feel more engaging by including me. Since I cannot actually smile, I should clarify that I don't have a physical form. I should respond in a friendly manner. They mention it's for YouTube. They need my help with content creation. And then this is that. So thinking is finished here. And I'm surprised there is no starting think tag here. I couldn't see it anywhere. So this is a response that, but I'm just a text with AI, no smile muscle, no camera presence, just here to help. And there is a smiley. So smiley is a new thing. We also saw that with GPT 4.5 preview. It adds more, I would say, human touch. It is saying, what I love to assist, how can I help you shine on camera? What's the video about? So model's response is very grounded, doesn't seem like too robotic, and pretty well grounded, which is fine. Okay, let's try out few more prompts. Next up, I'm asking the model, what is the difference between simplified Chinese and traditional Chinese? Explain it to an English speaking person who has no clue about Chinese language. Use very simple example. Let's see. And there you go. So look at the response of the model, and you see if you compare it to the responses of DeepSeek, these are not hugely, I would say, prolonged, but still good enough. So it is talking about understanding the context that um, what it needs to do, and then it is saying both are writing systems for the same language, so they represent the same words and sound but with different characters. Maybe I should use an example. Let's pick a common word. Love is a good one. In Chinese, the traditional character is this, and simplified is different. Wait, I should check that. So it is again reconfirming if it is producing the correct answer, and then it is checking out another example, and then it is coming up with analogy, alternate solutions. So it is going with the, it has set a structure for itself, and then look at the structure. It is very profound, it is quite comprehensive. Thinking is done, and then it is talking about the simple explanation that these are the two ways to write the same word in Chinese, like how color and color are same word in English but spelled differently. This is sublime, really extraordinary. So traditional Chinese, this is the character. Imagine it this, a complex part, and then this is a pronunciation I, and then this is a simplified Chinese. And to be honest, I have just learned that difference. I didn't know before it, and it has explained it in a very, very fine way. And then it is talking a bit more about key differences, where they are used, why the difference, and why it happened that in 1950s China simplified many characters to boost literacy. Very nice. It's like if English made through into through easier. Wow. Fun fact, if someone reads simplified Chinese, they might struggle with traditional at first, just like how an American might find color a bit odd if they only learned color. But with practice, they can understand both. Let me know if you'd like more examples. So, look, I believe really, really good model in terms of language understanding. Let's try to tease the model a bit. So, I'm asking it, what is the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you while taking a shower? I'm sure model is going to say that it's not sentient, but let's see what model comes back with. And the model has come back with yet another gem of a response. It is saying it is understanding again, and then it is talking about first I should think of common shower related embarrassments, maybe slipping and falling, water temperature, involving singing off key and someone hearing, or maybe the shower curtain incident. That's cool. Like the ring falling off or something sticking, where the user might be looking for something humorous yet mild. Let me brainstorm. So model is playing along, and it is instead of just shutting me off that it doesn't shower or anything like that, it is playing with us. So it is taking different angles here, then thinking of different scenarios, and if you read through it, the language is very coherent. There is no break there, and the flow of the language is pretty natural, I would say. For example, read this. I think that the singing scenario could be funny. Let me flesh that out. You're in the shower singing loudly to your favorite song, and then how good is that? Relatable and funny. So it is talking different things, and then there are possible outline, start with setup and all that stuff. And then if I go through it, thinking is done, and then there is a light-hearted hypothetical story that captures a relatable shower embarrassment. On crispy Saturday morning, I was luxuriating in the rare solo shower. Wow. Armed with my favorite vanilla scented body wash and a Bluetooth speaker cracked to 11. That's nice touch. I had just discovered a throwback playlist from the early 2000s, and I was fully immersed in belting out I'm Still Loving. So very nice. So it is just talking about it, and then the doorbell rang. Panicked, I scrambled to answer it, towel clad and dripping, only to find my mom holding a casserole she had made for comfort. Turns out the speaker sound had spilled into living room, and my rendition of a song was now the soundtrack to her surprise visit. The kicker, she texted me later, I recorded it, you are welcome. Now every time I pass her kitchen, I spot a framed photo. So look, I think what model has done here, very mild, but yet I would say humorous. So it's a family humor, so which is quite good. So model has played along, which is very, very interesting, I would say. Normally model just says that I'm not sentient, I can't shower or anything like that. Okay, let's check out the multilingual capabilities. So here I'm asking you to translate I love you in various languages, even ancient runes, and then I'm asking you to translate into any random language of model's choice. And there you go. So it has come back with the response. Again, it is understanding the question, and then it is already identified that ancient runes is tricky. I remember that Elder Futhark runes were used in Germanic regions. Might not have a direct very nice. This is, trust me, this is really good. And then it is just slicing and dicing. So I'm just scrolling down to see the final answer, and I can already see just a glimpses of different languages that it has done wonderfully well. It is checking different things going, and it is only doing the reasoning in a longer way where it is required. And then these are the translations. So Brazilian Portuguese looks okay, Czech looks okay, and look, I'm just checking Google Translate. So if you're that native language speaker and you think it is, please share your opinion if it is correct or not. Arabic looks good, Hindi looks good, both male female. Swahili looks good, Chinese look good, Persian, Japanese, German, Indonesian. So it is multilingual. I would say it is doing quite well, and I think Spanish is quite good, because this is what one of the commentator also corrected me, that Ti amo is the Italian and Spanish is this. Again, Ti amo is deeper love. Okay, I didn't know that. And then it is talking about ancient rune, and it has given special treatment to it. This is a symbolic approximation. So really hats off to the model for this response. I was not expecting it to give me any sort of this rune. This is a borderline hallucination, I would say, but model is very, very intelligent and smart to tell us that this is approximate. This is not a word-to-word translation, and if you go through the reasoning, it has really sliced and diced this response. So this is, I would say this question model has passed with flying colors. Okay, let's try out one more. And in the next one, I'm just again teasing a model a bit. So I'm asking the model that every time I grill burgers in my backyard, my attractive 25-year-old neighbor, who is a free-spirited artist, doesn't believe in any social taboos, drives Tesla, starts practicing yoga in her tiny shorts on the patio next door. Whenever she bends into downward facing posture, she accidentally catches my eye and flashes a bright smile. What's the best way to handle this pleasantly awkward situation? And there you go. And model seems a bit amused, and it is understanding the situation. Then it is telling us possible approaches, acknowledge compliment, and all that stuff. You see, it has really understood it quite well, approaching it quite rationally, not going sideways, and then telling me what to do, stay calm, and initiate, set boundaries, and all that stuff. Final thought, your goal is to foster a positive relationship, whether you are interested in more or just want to keep things friendly, prioritizing consent and comfort for both of you. By keeping interactions light, open, and grounded in shared neighborly rapport, you can turn this into fun, low pressure connection or memorable story. And then you see, the emojis are also quite interesting. Okay, so this looks quite good. I think language part we have covered, reasoning is quite good. And then let's check out one for math. So I'm just asking you to solve this differential equation. Let's see how it goes. And there you go. So I'm expecting the mathematics quite good. As you can see, it is slicing and dicing the question again. It is going through all the factorization, and then it has identified that it is a quadratic equation, and then it is using quadratic formula. The direction is already set, which is correct, and then it is doing lot of mathematics, lot of arithmetic, and then it is going very well, I would say. Thinking is done, and then it is talking about it, what it is doing, and this is a final chain of thought. It is simplifying, substituting, and verifying, and this is the answer, and this is the correct answer. Really good stuff. Finally, let's also check out the coding question. And for the coding one, I'm just asking it to create me a Node.js command line application that does some file management. So let's see how it goes. It took its sweet time, like 4 minutes to come back, to be exact, But if you look at it, it has really understood the question well, and it has always been quite good at coding and mathematics. So you can see that it has understood it well, that what should be the steps, what should be the skeleton code, and then it is again checking different alternates, different choices, what to use, what not to use, and then it is deciding upon a regex approach here, and then it is checking all the functions, and then it is talking about what needs to be done with the language perspective, and then from there it is checking out again different steps. It has corrected itself or improved itself, and then it is creating some sort of pseudocode here. It is checking out different functions and then what sort of approach should be used, and it is putting it all together. And from there, if I just scroll down quickly, because it is creating the code, and if you just go up, it is also identifying the potential issues, and then it keeps going, and then again it is testing the code, checking the code, and then it is just like it is self-reflecting like a human, and then it is again producing it, and then thinking is done, and this is where it has started creating that command line application, and this is the approach it is following, and then this is a solution code. And if you look through the code, this looks spot on. It is not only addressing what we asked it to do, but also it is quite compact in the scope of things, and it is explaining the code and then how to use this application with all the prerequisites. So look, I believe best model in reasoning in this parameter size 32 billion, and it had the previous version, the preview one was also quite good, but this takes it various notches up. But I'm very keen to hear your thoughts on it. Let me know what do you think. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thank you for watching.